You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is another beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, 69 degrees, going up to a high of 84, y'all. It's going to be 84 and it's hump day. Listen, y'all made it to the middle, baby. You have made it to the middle, hump day Wednesday, and it's going to be a beauty. 84 degrees, you know you got to turn the air conditioner on. I turned on the AC yesterday. I definitely got to turn it on today. It's another 5 degrees above yesterday, so it's going to be beautiful. No sign of rain in the daily forecast. Maybe a chance later on this evening, but not right now. Happy to be here with you this morning. Hope you started out your day pretty good. I did. I started off really good. Let me tell you what happened. And I got a story. I can't stay long today because I got to jump on a conference call. One of my partners, he's been a friend of mine and a business associate, probably 15, maybe almost 20 years now. And he's originally born in Liberia. But he lives here in the United States. We both lived in New Jersey when we met. He now lives in Virginia. I now live in Georgia. But we have stayed in contact every year since we met. And we are in the process of launching a new podcast called Africa Business Weekly. And he ran for president of Liberia. But anyway, he reached out to me yesterday. I have to get on a very important call at 10:30 about doing business with Africa. So I will be on that call. But before I do that, I was going to tell y'all a story and I lost my train of thought. Totally lost it. I don't know. It'll come back to me later. Anyway, it's National Beer Day and it's also National Coffee Cake Day. So if you like coffee cake and beer, don't know how well that's going to go together. I don't even know you should put them together. But just in case you do, it's National Beer Day and National Coffee Cake Day. It's also National No Housework Day. So listen, now some of you, it's National No Housework Day every day. So now you got a real reason not to do housework. Now listen, I told y'all I'm not domesticated like that. However, I don't like a messy house. So I do clean up the house. Like I will clean the kitchen up because I don't like a messy kitchen. I hate when my bedroom is a mess. I hate when the living room is a mess. My office is probably the junkiest room in the house. And it's not even that junky. It's just me with a whole lot of stuff that I'm going to actually rearrange in a weekend. Probably this weekend or next weekend. But anyway, hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's get on with our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, April the 7th. Hump day, baby. Y'all made it to the middle. We're going to pick it up like we always do, and that is with Aries. Dealing with foreigners will be most enlightening. Friends and relatives may not understand your needs. Help children complete projects they're having difficulty with. Dealing with foreigners may be enlightening. Listen, whenever you can learn from somebody, do, because it's always enlightening to learn. It is. So if you're going to be around people of different nationalities, different races, different cultures today, Aries, enjoy and learn. It's going to be enlightening. You're going to learn something. Maybe some stuff that's going to shock you, but it's going to be a good thing. Taurus, you are best to put your efforts into redecorating or inviting friends over. Your involvement in interest groups may bring you popularity. Travel will promote romantic connections. Okay, get out, do a little travel. May find some love. Love is in the air. It's such a beautiful day here. Love is in the air. So you may find some love in your travels. Travel to the store. Go to the bookstore. I know. I haven't been to Barnes and Noble. And I don't know when. I used to live in Barnes & Noble, but I just haven't been because, the whole coronavirus thing, so I hadn't been. But I'm going to go because I'm looking forward to going. That used to be my Sunday outing. Like, Sunday is my Zen day, and I used to just love to go to Barnes & Noble and just sit there and read magazines, and I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to do it this Sunday, too. Gemini, any capricious behavior would confuse those, the ones you love, and your mood swings will result in loneliness. You should make special plans for you and your lover. Communications with loved ones may be strained. Yeah, the mood swings. You're going to be by yourself. Keep swinging. Keep swinging, Gemini. You're going to find yourself alone. Yep. Cancer. Travel will be favorable and bring you greatest rewards. Okay. You really can't do anything to change matters today. You will be in an overly generous mood today. So you're going to be overly generous today. That's a good thing. Show somebody some love today. They probably need it. And you probably need some love. Show some love. That's a good thing. Leo, try to be tolerant of the moods of those around you. Relatives may not be telling you the whole truth about a family situation. Somebody lying to you. Pamper yourself for a change, Leo. Leo, somebody is telling you a lie in the family. They keeping some secrets from you. I don't know if sounds like that. That's what your stars are saying. It's not me. That's the stars, not me. Virgo, you should get out and enjoy social events where you are likely to meet new potential mates. However, don't overspend. You can find yourself left with someone's dirty laundry. Don't believe everything you hear. Oh my God, don't you hate other folks' dirty, stinky laundry? Yeah, remember Kelly Rowland wrote a song some years ago called Dirty Laundry. Go back and check it out. If you haven't heard that song before, it's a pretty cool song. You know, there was a lot of speculation about what she talking about herself in that song. It was pretty bad. It was a cool song, but it kind of shed the lights on stuff like abuse, like in relationships. And a lot of people started to think, you know, is she talking about herself in this Dirty Laundry song? Check the song out. Kelly Rowland. Y'all know Kelly. Kelly from Destiny's Child. Check the song out. It was pretty good. I like Kelly. I think she has some really cool songs. Like my favorite song by her is Motivation. Yeah, I love that song, man. If y'all have never seen that song, go to YouTube and watch that video, Motivation. I love that song. It's so sexy. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Know the Astrologer Micah Tyson. Stay tuned.
Bring back dignity. Time and time again I relapse, but love has never left me. Perhaps I should have found a way to pay it back, but forget will you take? Only take enough to swallow the pain, drown the pain until it all wash away. Me back at the start, time and time again I relapse, but your love is always waiting. Perhaps I can't save myself, so I fade to black. But if forget will you take? Only take enough to swallow the pain, drown the pain until it all wash away. Turns to shame from the night to the day.
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Know the Astrologer Micah Tyson. We're gonna pick it up with Libra. Find a way to consolidate. You would do your best to entertain those you wish to close deals with. Make creative changes to your living quarters. Yeah, make some creative changes. That's one of the things I'm working on. Like I'm gonna change my curtains. I got a lot of stuff I'm changing. Like I'm just excited about spring. Spring has sprung, and I'm ready to spring with it. So you do the same, Libra. Make some creative changes to your living quarters. It makes you feel better. You know, you don't have to buy a new house. Just change the stuff around in your house. You know, redecorate. It makes you feel better. It really does. Find a way to consolidate. If you like me, if y'all saw my garage right now, it is a hot mess. And I talk about it all the time, but just to go out there and just dig in the garage is like, oh my God. And I know probably 90% of the stuff that's in the garage needs to go to charity or the garbage because we haven't looked at it in 8 years. But, you know, we're just like pack rats. Anyway, Scorpio, get busy. Don't blow situations out of proportion, or you could find that others will misinterpret what really happened. The emotional state of your peers may cause a problem for you. What does that mean? The emotional state of your peers. Get busy and don't blow situations out of proportion. Yeah, because people can misinterpret what you're saying. Don't do it. Yeah, that's because you exaggerated truth. I like to say that exaggeration normally is a lie. So stop lying. Sagittarius, avoid being intimately involved with clients or colleagues. Don't do it. You will enjoy interacting with those who come from different backgrounds. Attempt to face key issues with lovers or problems could escalate. Don't get involved with your clients or colleagues. You got to see them people. They got to pay you. You got to work with them. Don't do it. It could backfire. I'm telling you, that's not a good look. Capricorn, today is not the day to try to corner people by giving them ultimatums. Problems with your boss could lead to unemployment. Listen, you don't need to be getting unemployed right now. People looking for jobs. You will be able to talk to your lover about future goals and perhaps make plans for the two of you to take a vacation. But not if you get fired. You ain't gonna have no money, Capricorn. So don't piss your boss off. You need your job. Unless you're gonna start a business. Here's the thing. If you don't have a nest egg, start the business on the side. Keep your job. Keep your job. I started my business. I quit my job. That was crazy. I was stressed out, but I did it. I would never advise anybody to do that. Nah, nope, I wouldn't. And everybody has their own opinion about that whole entrepreneurship thing. I quit my job. I had bad credit, and I had this little girl I had to take care of. Her name was Dominique, and I quit my job like a nut. And I got a paper route, slinging papers at 3:00 in the morning. I think I might have been making $100 some a week. That was to make sure we had some money for gas and food. Yeah, I was living with my mom at the time, who she has been my backbone for many, 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 many years, and many, 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 many big ideas. She probably laughing right now. She's probably looking down from heaven, going, Many, many big ideas. You know, the one big idea that she absolutely loved, though, my mother loved those dolls. She absolutely. There were so many times I tried to restart the doll company, but being able to manufacture at a reasonable cost just wasn't feasible. And so she and I was sitting and we sat and talked about this last year. Like, because the doll was turning 21, we sat and I ordered some samples and everything. She loved those dolls, man. She in the Madam C.J. Walker doll, she loved that doll. That's my one big idea that she liked all of them. She loved that one. And I'm so glad that she got a chance to see it. I'm so glad that God gave me that idea. She was one of my biggest fans, and I definitely was her biggest fan. So miss her forever. Anyway, I'm getting choked up. I'm going to keep on doing the horoscopes. Aquarius, travel for business would be advantageous. Someone you live with could be frustrated and upset. Look into physical activities that will help get rid of some of that tension you may be feeling. Go play some racquetball or something. Go shoot some hoops. Throw the football. Go play catch in the park. Go bowling. I went to go play bingo last night. My daughter called that an old people's game. I love things that's competitive. So playing bingo is like it's 7 games, like 7 games of competition. Like you, and let me tell you something. You've never been to bingo? Yeah, it sounds like an old people game, but it's a lot of young people be at bingo, younger than me. If you go to the bingo hall, like you can hear some chatter around the first game, because the first game you only win like $50. Then you go to the next game, it's like $100. Yeah, not a little less chatter. The third game is like $50, a little more chatter. The rest of the games, no chatter. That last game for $1,000, you can hear a pin drop. And I was telling my husband last night, I said, listen how quiet it is in here. That was our second time going. It was hilarious. You could hear a pin literally hit the floor. That's how quiet it is on game on the last game, which is game 7. Game 7 is worth $1,000, and people are concentrating. They're not saying a word. It's so quiet in bingo. It's crazy. I've been playing bingo a long time. I was playing bingo before I had my daughter. I was young then. I had her when I was 24. So I was playing bingo for a long, me and my mom and my Aunt Ann. We used to go play bingo. And I remember one time we went to this church to go play bingo. And that's when Butter Crisco came out. I like butter. Yeah, I know I like butter. So they made this stuff called Butter Crisco. And me, I'm thinking it's like butter. So I fried the chicken. We fried some chicken, fried the chicken in the Butter Crisco, and ate the chicken because I'm thinking I was sick as a dog. I remember being at the bingo hall. I was so sick. I was downstairs in the bathroom just earling, and I heard my mother call bingo, and she was calling from my board. I had hit bingo, and I couldn't even see the numbers. So she was playing my board and her board because I was downstairs sick in the bathroom in the church. So I like bingo. I've been playing bingo for a long time. Anyway, that's not a physical activity, but that's an activity. That's a brain activity because you got to concentrate, make sure you don't miss the numbers. Last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces. Friends from the past may come back into your life. Don't give them the use of your credit card. Excuse my language. Who gives their friends access to their credit cards? That must not have been for them. It must have been for your children. If you're already in a relationship, use the added energy passionately. All right, fish. If you're already in a relationship, use that extra energy passionately. Yeah, don't go out seeking outside. Keep it in the house. Put the passion back in the house. That's what you need to do. All right. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thosson. Now let's get on to some news you can use. So right now, Gwinnett County has said that right now they are approaching 93,000 vaccinated people in the county. Well, not in the county. They have vaccinated almost 93,000 people. Some of those people may not have lived in the county, but they, we all went and got vaccinated over at the Gwinnett Place Mall. And so they counted the numbers, and they're trying to get to 3,000 vaccines a day. They're right around 2,500 right now. And so far, they've vaccinated over 92,000, almost 93,000 people, which is a good thing. Now, some people are still scared to get the vaccine, but I could tell you this. I was reading a story last night when we were coming from bingo on CNN, and they were saying that you would think that with all the vaccination going on, that the numbers of cases should be going down. Well, they're not. They're going up. And that's because some people have chosen not to get vaccinated. What I can tell you from what I learned when we all had COVID, we had COVID in December, and your body is supposed to keep the antibodies for like 90 days. So if that's true, my husband, myself, and the rest of my family, we would have not had antibodies after March the 30th, around that time. Now, I'm just going on what I was, the information that I was given. But we all got vaccinated, so we're good. We got both shots. We're good. Well, at least I hope we're good. Now, there are people who probably had it, and they feel like I got the antibodies. I'm not getting the vaccine. That may not work out for you. Now here's the thing. There are these two other variants, B1 something. It's two B variants. They say they're really, really bad, and they're easier to catch, and they're more deadly. So you want to make sure. I get it. I know y'all are afraid to take the vaccine. Trust me. Before my mother passed away, she if she was here right now, she would tell you. I was like, I ain't taking the vaccine. I didn't take nothing. I wouldn't take the flu shot. I wouldn't take the pneumonia shot. She took them all. I was like, I ain't taking none of them. And she was like, I'm taking it. And she said she was going to take it. And every day I pray she had got the opportunity to take the vaccine. I really do, but she didn't. But I did. And I know she would have wanted, after her, I'm sure she would have wanted all of us to take the vaccine, and we did. Some people won't take the vaccine. They're saying they're not doing it. They're not going to take it. They don't know the side effects. Here's the thing. After catching coronavirus, y'all, I've never been sick like that. Not like that. My chest was so hurting so bad. I couldn't breathe. And it started out kind of weird, right? It started out feeling like I had something in my throat. That's what it started. So I was like, man, my throat is bothering me. And so it was like something in my throat. And it because every time I would take a deep breath, it was like this feeling in my throat, right? And then that feeling went from my throat to my chest. And then every day it got progressively worse, to the point where I called my doctor and was like, listen, something is not right with my chest right now. And she's like, nah, that's just like one of the side effects. I was like, nah, you're going to have to send me to get a chest x-ray because something is wrong. She's like, well, it happened to me when I had it, because the doctor said she had it. It happened to me when I had it. I said, no. You got to send me to get a chest x-ray. So she sent me to get a chest x-ray. That was on a Friday. Saturday morning, the office is closed on Saturday morning. She got that result back. She's like, hey, I'm calling you on a stronger prescription. I had something going on there, and it was shutting me down. And when I tell you, I was downstairs talking to my daughter, and I could not breathe. I could not hardly make it back up the stairs. When I got to my room, all I could do was fall out on the bed. That's how bad it was. So if that was the light version of coronavirus, I can't even imagine what B113 or whatever it is. I can't even imagine what those numbers are like. And so, the fact that they have already vaccinated over 92,000 people, I think is a good thing. Other people say it's too soon. I think for me, after losing my mom and my uncle and our friends, I'll take my chances. Because at the end of the day, what's going to be, going to be. So I'm going to take the chance. So we took the chance. We got the vaccine. Right now, they're pushing to do 3,000 vaccinations a day. They're a little bit over 2,500. And that number is growing. I want to get back to regular living just like everybody else. But I ain't really, I'm not trying to take a chance with B113. I keep thinking about that, right? Because remember when Scandal used to come on and they and they had B113 or B213 or what 613 or whatever it was. That was like the secret society under the White House. What was it called? It was B something 13. I don't know, but Olivia she wound up being command at B13 or 613 or whatever it was. And I keep thinking about that as I talk about this. Anyway, listen to this, y'all. So y'all know I've been kind of pissed off about the whole Senate Bill 202, which I think is a horrible bill. It's a voter suppression bill. And I think one of the most horrible part about the bill is the fact that they don't want people, if people have been standing in line all day to vote, they want to make it a criminal offense to pass out water and food for people standing in line. I'm not going to get into that because I got to go and get on a conference call with Africa. But I just got to say this. Our Solicitor General, our Gwinnett Solicitor, County Solicitor General Brian Whiteside, he said he's not going to prosecute anybody for passing out water and food to people standing in a voting line. Thank God. I often wonder, right? I'm a wife, and there are a lot of wives that listen to my show. When your husband, and maybe some husbands too, when your wife and husband sign off on things like this law right here, how do you look at them the same? Are you just like them? Is that what it is? Because my husband knows, and he's probably listening. He told me I had to pay him because I talk about him on the show all the time. But he knows that I'm not signing off on any nonsense. I'm just not. And I wouldn't ask him to sign off on nonsense. I've seen people who have done stupid stuff, and I give you a prime example. Nipsey Hussle died I think it was last year, a year before last. I can't even remember. I think it was 19. But the guy went home. He got the gun, right? The girl drove the car, and he went back over there and he shot and killed Nipsey. Why in the world would you drive the car when you know this person is about to go do something crazy? I don't understand that. Same thing with the Senate bill. Like, Kemp passed this law, right? And if you're his wife and children, I guess you share the same views. So I guess it's okay in your mind not to hand out water and food for people standing in a voting line because it's really going to hurt you if they cast a vote. Anyway, Solicitor General Brian Whiteside said he's not going to prosecute anybody for that nonsense. That bill sucks. It makes no sense. It's discriminatory. It shouldn't be a bill at all, but because of the powers that be, they want to suppress votes, and that's the kind of crap they got to go through. My thing is, you can't stand the fact that people just don't like you, because that's what it says. We don't want to vote for you because we don't like you. So instead of us having a fair fight, you want to suppress the vote. I'm not gonna keep going because I gotta talk about Keisha Lance Bottom now, and she's saying, you know what? I can't overturn the law, but here's what I can do for the city of Atlanta. I can make sure that everybody understands where to vote, how to vote, when to vote, what they need to vote. We're going to educate folks because that's the thing. That's the reason. And I hate to say this, but that's the reason so many people in inner cities are disenfranchised because of lack of education. Because when you're educated and you know better, you do better, right? She's like, you know what? I can't overturn the law, but here's what me and my team are going to do. We're going to make sure that everybody understands the law. We're going to make sure they understand where to go vote, how to go vote, when to go vote. And if I were them, because I'm thinking about this, let's get some vans, right? Let's get some vans and let's get some chairs and let's make sure when it's time to vote again that there's a van full of food. Because I'm in Gwinnett, and if people have to stand in long lines, I'm just gonna get me a cooler and I'm gonna get bottles of water and I'm gonna walk up and down the voting line and pass out water to people that need it. Know why? Because our Solicitor General said he's not gonna arrest us for doing that. He's not, because it's inhumane. That's what I'm not going to get into that because I'll be here all day. Anyway, Keisha Lance Bottom has said, you know what? We're going to educate. We can't change the law, but we can definitely educate. We can definitely put parameters in place and make sure every voter in the city of Gwinnett understands how to vote, when to vote, where to vote, what information they need to vote. And I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot of things going on. Because here's the thing. All you're doing is pissing people off. Like, we want to get back to normal. We don't want to keep fighting amongst ourselves, but no, you're going to sign this stupid bill, and we're going to keep fighting amongst ourselves because now we got to keep fighting for a right to vote. That should have, they passed the Civil Rights Act years ago. Why are we back here again trying to do the same thing? And not only are they doing it here in Georgia, Michigan, Florida, all the battleground states, Pennsylvania, Arizona. Oh my God, sick people. I'm not going to get into it, but Keisha, do your thing, girl. Do your thing. I'm sure you got a lot of good backing behind you. We got to make sure people know how to vote. It's got to be a fair vote. That it was a fair vote. Black folks, Chinese people, Indian, Mexican, we all got out to vote. We didn't like who was going to be the president. Did you not get that? I know. That's hard for all narcissists to understand. Because if you are fighting this bill, you fighting the fact that we voted, you're all narcissists. And that's probably the truth. All right, I'm going to the song, and I'm going to be back with some more news, and then I have to close it out right after that. Stay tuned.
Just give it up. I'm not your girl, and I never will be. Don't call me up. Don't waste your time, 'cause I'll be your enemy. If you want love, look somewhere else. He'll find nothing. Just give it up. I'm not your girl, 'cause I only love me. Don't get me wrong. You and I could have fun together when I feel done with having fun on my own. It's better to care for yourself, not rely
Welcome back. So it's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you a daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So, I talked about Superintendent J. Alvin Wilbanks being fired, but they had to buy this contract. He had a contract that was still supposed to be through next year, and so his last day to be in power is going to be July 31st, but they had to buy this contract for $500,000. So, he's been in the seat for 25 years. He's a business owner, and he's not suffering. I can tell you that. He's not going to suffer. $500,000, that's $500,000 from an education in a public school system. But anyway, there's still a lot of people who, have a lot to say about what's going on. And for a minute, I've been trying to figure out why they want him to step down. Like, we have some of the best schools. We have some of the best schools in the country. So why do they want him to step down? So apparently, over the past 2 years, one of the main reasons was because when they looked at the disciplinary actions taken against students, they were predominantly black. Now, here's some interesting stats about our community at large. I did not know this until today. 33% of the people living in Gwinnett County are Hispanic. I did not know that. 32% of the people living in Gwinnett County are black. 20% of the people living in Gwinnett County are white. 11% of the people living in Gwinnett County are Asian, and 4% are multiracial. I did not know that. And so when they look at the children who are being disciplined and put into these disciplinary actions, taking actions against, they're predominantly black over the last couple of years. And they're saying that's not good, because when you put these children on these paths, it's hard for them to turn around. But, they're saying that Gwinnett County had won the, in 2010 or 2014, Gwinnett won the Board Prize of Urban Education, the only district to win that award twice. And that was because they bridged the gap between low income students and students of color. It was an achievement gap. It was bridged. It was narrowing. So, for a lot of parents, it's a catch-22, because we do have some of the best school systems in the state. But for, the people that have come in now, they said, no, we got to change some things. He's been in there a long time. It's time for some new actions in there. They felt like, they gave him credit. Yeah. They credit him with bridging that gap, academic gap but they said the bar is low. Is the bar low? Yeah, he said the bar. Everton Blair said the bar is low. Penny Poole from the NAACP said he had to go. So there was a lot of people who wanted to get him out. There was a lot of people who wanted him to stay, but he said he's going, and that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't you just be I'm not going to even get into it. Anyway, he's going to be going. He's not suffering because he's leaving, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to move, how this new group of people are going to come in there on the board and change some things around. I just said it a minute ago. Lack of education, lack of knowledge is one of the main reasons why people in urban cities and inner cities struggle. Lack of knowledge. Now, I personally feel like there should be no lack of knowledge right now. There's so much information floating around this world if you just need to take a minute, get off your phone, off Instagram, and stop searching for stuff and start learning stuff. Listen, I'm going to stick with that. I don't care what nobody say. It's at your fingertips. If you have access to the computer, the library, the cell phones, even your TV. If you have the internet in your house, you got a TV, you can go online and learn anything you want on YouTube. I'm sticking to that. Close the gap, but in order to close the gap, you gotta open your mind. In order to close the gap in wealth, you have to open your mind. You have to learn. In order to close the education gap, you gotta want to close that gap. Now, granted, some people say, well, Audrey, what if they didn't know? How could you not know? Right? Like, if you're breathing right now and you have a cell phone in your hand, it's a mini computer. If you got a smartphone, even a what is it called? A consumer phone, it's a smartphone. You have to want to learn. You have to want to change your circumstances. You have to want to do better for yourself. You have to want to do better for your family. You have to want to do these things. A lot of people just don't want to do and yes, it's hard work. Yes, you can't be lazy and have a great life. You cannot. You can't be lazy. You can't be passive. You can't be any of those things and have a great life. You cannot. If you're not willing to learn something new, right, then you can't compete with the ones that's learning. It's not going to happen. If you're not willing to get up extra early, set your clock to get up at 6:30. to learn something new, to pray, to meditate, to journal. These are all habits of successful people. It's not going to happen for you. I don't care what you say, what you do. You can blame the world, but you got to make some changes. You got to be willing to change your mindset. Trust me, I work on my mindset every day. My clock goes off at 6:30 every morning. Why? Because I want to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. I'm constantly learning. Amazon loves me because I'm always buying books. I just told y'all I spend my Sundays in Barnes & Noble. Yeah, that sounds nerdy, but here's the thing. I know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to leave a legacy for my family. I'm trying to leave a legacy for my granddaughter and her kids when she has some. But you can't be lazy. You can't be passive. You can't be jealous. You can't be envious. None of that stuff is gonna get you where you gotta go. You can't be a narcissist. Well, you may be able to be a narcissist. I know some successful narcissists. All right, listen. That's all I got for you today. It could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 36 minutes with me. And I know it's a short show, but I'm late already. I'm 6 minutes late. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last 36 minutes with me, and I love and appreciate you to life for that. Be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com if you miss any episodes of the show. Go to Apple Podcasts and find your favorite 2 episodes. Give it 5 stars over there. I appreciate you and love you life for that. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on the Twitter at Good Morning Gwinnett. Also, download the app from the App Store. There's a Good Morning Gwinnett app in the App Store. Whether you got an Android phone or Apple phone, there's an app for that. Download the app from the App Store. I appreciate you and love you life for that. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. Listen, tell your family you love them. Tell your friends you love them. Keep safe out there. Wear your mask if you have not taken that vaccine. Even if you had coronavirus, you can still catch it again, and you can catch one of the really deadly versions. So make sure to keep your mask on, wash your hands, stay safe out there. I love you guys for listening. I'll be back again. Until next time, y'all know what it is. Make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.